What a day we have planned today. I have two wonderful, beautiful, lovely, intelligent, smart realtor ladies with me standing. We are standing today in our studio. Rachel Quitner and Nancy Newquist-Nolan, your SBteam.com. They are doing smart senior living seminars, educate, equip, and empower. That's your SBteam.com. Then Ian Cutler's Artists and Spirits, is going to be coming on. Hopefully, he's going to get that restaurant and his new shop open up extremely soon. And then, of course, Jennifer Walsh, Mesa Produce, but she's going to be talking about Treble Clef Spring Concert and Reception, which is taking place this Saturday, May 4th, 4 p.m. at Bethany Congregational Church. That's 556 North Hope Avenue. Free concert, but right now, TNA time. That stands for Total Nonstop Action. This is incredible, ladies. Smart Senior Living Seminars, educate, equip, empower. I have your flyers right now, folks. Right now, you've got to go to your, Y-O-U-R, SBteam.com, your SBT.com. We've got World Dance and Humanity, Alzheimer's Association, 10 warning signs, VNA Health. You've got Senior Care 101. You do two events on the first Tuesday of every month. The first one starts off at 10 to 11 a.m. University Club, and then you head over to Martin Renteria's Cody's Cafe right there, Turnpike in Hollister. Rachel and Nancy, how are you ladies?
We're doing fantastic.
We're wonderful. Thank you for having us, Drew.
Oh, you're extremely welcome. You know, we've been talking about getting you on for a long time because this is so incredibly important to our seniors in the greater Santa Barbara 805 community. And what you are doing is providing a tremendous service for them. And you have different topics each and every month. You bring in the best of the best, the professionals that can really help and assist them. And a lot of us seniors, because now I'm 64, oh my gosh, unbelievable. In all honesty, there's things that we never really prepared of, because I still think of myself in my 30s and 40s until I start doing something and my body says, no, you're not anymore. And every once in a while my brain says, no, you're not anymore. So tell the nation about what you two ladies have going on. This is just incredible. And folks, again, you can go to your SBteam.com, your SBteam.com, and tell the nation, and then also tell the nation about what you two ladies do also, like as realtors.
Well, Rachel and I met a little over a year ago, and we both have what's called our SRES license or certificate, and it's a real estate certificate that specializes in working with seniors. And since we both had that certificate, we thought, let's dig a little deeper into helping seniors with moving, downsizing. And
Sure.
then Rachel said, how about seminars? And Rachel started this idea of seminars, and it's been going a year now.
Yeah, so I'm working on my certification through the Senior Real Estate Institute as
Okay.
well. And these seminars really help to educate our seniors. You know, we had a lawyer come in and a fiduciary speaking upon trusts and wills and the importance of having all of your legal affairs in order. So we try and make, each seminar, different and unique, but just on subjects that really help our seniors, whether they're going to age in place or want to downsize or move into a senior community.
Well, Rachel, you mentioned that as seniors, and I think all the time, even though I was Series 7, 6131, every license, Morgan Stanley, but now it's gone kind of by the wayside. But now I'm thinking, there's trusts versus wills.
Mm-hmm.
There's estate planning. Wayne Casero, TKG Financial, my very dear friend, financial fiduciary, he does so great with a lot of seniors. But that estate planning, where your taxation, should you be now in muni bonds as opposed to, and then when you're talking about just trying to get, I got to sign up for Medicare, I think. I don't know the first, I never thought about that. Now I got to do that. Then there's Part B. So these seminars you have, now you do this once a month, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
First Tuesday.
And you make it so convenient because you have downtown University Club and then Turnpike and Hollister for the people
At Cody's
kind of
Cafe,
in the northern part, shall we say.
Right.
Tell us a little bit more about how you formulate. Now, you work with lawyers, you work with accountants, you work with financial advisors. I think I saw before that you had my dear friend Dr. Got it in there, Dr. Kathy Gruber. She was March 5th, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow you had a different last month, excuse me.
Right.
But you have things going on all the time.
Absolutely. And, you know, the experts that we bring in to speak on our seminars, they're also in our back pocket. We have very good relationships with them and network with them. For instance, we sold a client's house. She's 95 years old and couldn't make it to the lawyer. So we gave Jim a call and he did a house call for her. So it's really lovely that we're able to help seniors, you know, in every way that we can.
That's fine. So let me ask you about, so for instance, like the Alzheimer's Association, 10 warning signs. You've got somebody coming in
Yes.
that's helping seniors and probably maybe giving them the ideas in the test or whatever that might be as an example, and possibly working with their family members
Yes.
as well, because my friends that have gotten much older than I am, sometimes you'll talk to them about that, but they'll say, no, that's not me, no, that's not me, when really, no, the younger ones are saying, no, it is, because I've noticed this.
Oh, yeah.
No, I've noticed you've forgotten a few names that you never forgot before. No, I noticed you forgot a few dates that you've never forgotten before. No,
Right.
I noticed that you don't have the certain things in the cupboards that I noticed that you always had before. So maybe elaborate again a little bit more specific on the people you have coming in for these seminars, and then how can people, now are these free seminars, how are you getting the word out other than at yoursbteam.com, yoursbteam.com?
We are on the back page of Center for Successful Aging. We put ads on EdHat.
Newshawk, Independent, we invite everybody to these free events. And I just wanted to say, even if you're not a senior, if you were worried about maybe your parent or wanted to learn more, anyone's welcome to our seminars to learn more about Alzheimer's.
And I think that's really important because, you know, a lot of us that have older parents, a lot of my friends have older parents, and we have those conversations all the time. Like, oh my gosh, it's so hard for me to explain that to mom or dad.
Yes.
Right.
But you can bring in a professional, and sometimes that third party, it's easier to communicate, and they just have that natural, oh, now I understand.
Correct.
Right.
But to have these professionals, so if you're getting the sons and daughters, possibly maybe even the grandchildren, depends on the age.
Sure.
That's got to be very helpful for them to say, oh, now we have resources, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
One of my high school friends contacted me about 2 years ago, and her mother wasn't quite ready, but she said, she's getting more forgetful. We're going to need help, Nancy. So when that time comes, I'm going to call you. And so she called me last year, and she lived in Hawaii, so she couldn't get here. And so she really had us do the hands-on work for her. She would fly in, we'd work out the details of what gets donated, what we could help her to get sold, and then got things that needed to be thrown away. We worked on all the details together, and she could be in Hawaii most of the time and then fly back and forth. And then we sold the house. All cash, close in 2 weeks.
Yes.
That's magnificent. Nancy Newquist-Nolan, you know, we were just talking just before the show about that, about our seniors, our parents, our grandparents, how times have changed since all the government shutdowns. Our dresses changed.
Right.
I'm not always in the suit and tie anymore, which I miss. And then when you go into some of the houses of grandpa and grandma, you have the antiques and or possibly the antiquities, depending on if they travel the entire world. And you're thinking, times have changed. Like, that belongs in a museum, not in somebody's house anymore. Because in somebody's house, it's great stuff. Although they are great memories to talk about. But you have a TV now, and everybody has an iPad, and everything gets done. I have a friend. I went over to his house, by the way, Michael Kramer, professional webmaster with Amerivant Web Design, coming up with Wakefield805.com. Love you, brother, but I'm going to use the example. He says, Drew, watch this. So I've got like this new door that everything's just kind of programmed, and it's all on my iPad. That if I walk away, I don't know, it'll lock. My lights go on. I can turn on the heat in my house if it's chilly in the wintertime in Santa Barbara. Before I get in, I can start my car. I can do this. I can all on. So instead of even like you don't even need plugs anymore. You don't need clickers for the VCR. People are going to say True VCR. Remember the Betamax, folks? So the VCR. You don't need this for the Bluetooth for the Blu-ray.
But Drew, that's way over some seniors' head, and that's where we cut the line.
That's my
they
point,
want
right?
little flip phones that they can read.
But that's my point. So within that, you're helping and you're assisting, right? Because if something happens to Grandpa and Grandma or Mom, right? Now you're going in. People need to know, well, what can I, we have friends that stay at the Ramada by Wyndham Santa Barbara all the time, Santa Barbara Antique Show.
Oh, yeah.
And they're great to have because we can refer business to them. You might want to call XYZ people and you can maybe assist them.
Right. Well, I used to be part owner of the clearinghouse in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
And we would do estate liquidations. In fact, my ex-partners are up in Montecito on the top of a high hill selling the contents right now. Real estate got too busy, so I said, ladies, you take on my position and I'm going to back out and just do real estate. But I understand the complexity of downsizing for people, selling the contents, working with the children, things that are needed for the families. So we make sure we put that away. We make sure we check pockets, we check books, we check so many little areas because they put things, they hide things, and the kids don't know where they are. And we put those things in a box and hold them for the family.
Well, we're gonna jump into break, but that's the great thing with Lady Esther in El Paso, Texas. Every time I go visit, we go through a checklist. Drew, this is here, this is here, this is here. But let's go ahead, Mark Giles, take our 2-minute, 30-second break. When we come back, joined by my two very dear friends, lovely ladies. We are talking today about your SB team. Nancy Newquist-Nolan is here with us. Rachel Quitner is with us. Yeah. YourSantaBarbaraTeam.com, YourSantaBarbaraTeam.com. Speaking to our seniors, folks. If you have seniors, they need help, assistance. Tell you what, you go from a huge house in Namaravilla or Casa Dorinda or wherever that might be, you're going to need their help. Mark Giles, take 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Welcome back to Cork and Fork Radio 805. The time of the show, I always say, thank the Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the fullness thereof, for each and every tremendous, wonderful, spectacular blessing He has bestowed upon all of our lives. We're in the greater Santa Barbara 805. We're alive. We can walk on the beach. We can drive into the mountains. And remember, if you have your voice, you can be a blessing to somebody just by speaking into their life and say, thank you very much. Appreciate you working in the grocery store. Thank you for serving me at the restaurant. By the way, you're doing a great job. Really appreciate you. And talk about appreciation, my two wonderful ladies right here, Rachel and Nancy. We're talking about YourSBTeam.com, YourSBTeam.com. So it looks like right now, June, you've got Alzheimer's Association, 10 warning signs. Mm-hmm. Then we've got in July, VNA Health. Don't be scared. Be prepared. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know what? You don't have to be scared if you are prepared. I love that.
And, what's interesting is Diane is going to bring at the University Club, we have more room, more space. Right. So she's going to bring panelists to kind of explain how to be prepared and what to do. And then we'll move over to Cody's Cafe, and she'll just give information and people can ask Diane questions.
I love it. And then in August, which is probably Fiesta Week, Senior Care 101, Michael will cover an important checklist for all seniors aging gracefully. I think I need to be at that one. We've got a few minutes left.
And that Michael is with Wood Glen Hall, which is one of our sponsors.
I play the piano up there at Christmas time.
Oh, nice.
Well, technically Santa has.
Yeah.
And speaking of our educational sponsors, I would love to shout out to Down Syndrome Association of Santa Barbara, Grace Fisher's Inclusive Arts Clubhouse, Paragon Mortgage Group with Peter Trent, Santa Barbara Museum of Natural History, Curated Transitions, Cody's Cafe, Westmont Mariposa at Elwood Shores, and Port Lamar Nursery.
You know what? It's so difficult to have great events without wonderful sponsors, so I really appreciate you.
Yeah,
'cause,
we
you know,
appreciate their support.
when I'm on the microphone, I've got to thank
yeah.
our sponsors over and over and over again.
Yes.
So within the last couple minutes, what in the past by doing these seminars has really stood out to you, number one, and maybe an example or two of how it's really assisted maybe an individual or an individual family?
Well, last month, I think it was last month, Karen from Curated Transitions came and spoke, and that one fills a room because people are getting ready to move. They're thinking about it, but they just feel like it's overwhelming. And so she kind of take it in bite size so people can do it room by room or how to help them. And she's wonderful. She has just helped one of our friends move into Moravia, and she was so thrilled because it took all that pressure off.
Ruth Grande, did you hear that? Ruth Grande, see, Moravia is getting mentioned.
And her biggest advice that I took from that seminar of Karen's was, if it's not within 3 feet, you don't need it. So when you're sitting on your chair by watching TV, if you're not reaching 3 feet, get rid of it.
We don't, Rachel. That's really a good thought. I look and say, you know, if you have storage facilities that you've had things in, you haven't visited for 5 years,
Yes.
but you've paid the bill, probably don't need it. Up in the attic, haven't been up there for 2 or 3 years, probably don't need it.
Yeah.
Back of the closet, under the bed,
Right.
probably don't need it, right?
Rachel and I just cleaned out someone's storage units,
Two
two
of
of them, and just full of junk for 10 years.
So it all went into the trash.
And just the money being paid on that is...
It was, I think, $800 total for the two times 10 years.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening right now. Yeah, I sure hope you're listening because this is incredible with these two wonderful ladies. YourSBTeam.com. Go to it. YourSBTeam.com. I've got it right here up on the website right there. Look at the pretty, beautiful smiles. They're smiling here just as lovely as always. You've got these events. This is mentioned again. You have June 4th, July 2nd, August 8th. They're going to keep doing them. They do it the first Tuesday of every month. First Tuesday of every month starts off at the University Club 10 to 11:30. 10 to 11:30, then they jump over with Martine Renteria at Cody's Cafe 1 to 2:30. By the way, Larry Howes, who owns that whole complex, stays with us at the Ramada all the time. Love you, Larry. I know you're driving back today. Nancy Newquist-Nolan, Rachel Quintner, you ladies have the last 30 seconds.
Well, we work downtown at Keller Williams on Chapala, and we would love to help you if you need to downsize, move closer to your children. That's what we specialize in.
And come to the seminars, right? Come on,
Yes,
ladies.
we
You
are
got to
here
tell
to
everybody.
help.
Invite them, right?
Yes, we are real estate agents, but we are different. We love to help with anything that you need, and we have a great network out there.
You know, and a lot, I guess as a kid, because I am, a lot of us are getting older, and the older you get, you don't really think about what's going to happen in that future, and downsizing, cleaning things out, getting the closet cleaned out, having the estate, having the trust, having everything lined up,
order.
really makes it a lot easier, not just for you, but for your family and the kids as
for
well, right?
everyone. Yeah, educating and empowering our seniors is a very special thing that we get to do.
I love that. Well, that's what it said right there. It says educate, equip, and empower. See, I got my notes right there, right? Smart Senior Living Seminars, folks. Smart Senior Living Seminars. You can go to yoursbteam.com, yoursbteam.com. Mark Child.